Hi, I hope you're well today. Today I want to share with you a story. It's going to be one of those kind of life just gets better and better the longer you live it sober. This is going to be one of those videos that's hopefully going to be motivational and encouraging you to kind of celebrate all that living life sober has to offer you. And it was really brought home to me. The story I'm going to tell you is about yesterday evening, where I went to a pub with my boyfriend and we went for a meal. It was a kind of spur of the moment thing. We were out and about in the car and it was getting late. We were getting hungry. We decided to go to the pub. Now, this is a normal kind of occurrence for me now. It doesn't cause me any anxiety. I don't think about it. I don't bat an eyelid. I don't think about alcohol. I'm not tempted to drink. So it's just a kind of non-event really. But we had a lovely meal. And at the end of the evening, it was getting a bit chilly. It was getting darker outside. We were both kind of, dressed for the summer. And like I say, it was getting a bit chilly. And we decided that it was time to go. And my boyfriend he'd drunk a pint with his meal. He'd had a pint of real ale. And he decided to have a half pint, sort of halfway through the main course. And we'd both finished our main courses and he still had this half pint to drink. And I was sat there and I was just thinking, oh, I've got to wait for him to finish his drink now. I know what I'll do. I really fancy a dessert. I just fancied something sweet. So I decided to get a dessert. This sounds really dull and boring, but there is a point to this, I promise you. I went to the bar, ordered this lovely chocolate dessert, came back, sat down and started eating the dessert. And I watched him sort of slowly sipping his beer. And it just struck me and I was reminded of all those countless occasions where the opposite would happen. And I thought particularly about our local pub, which is 5 minutes away from where we live. And in my drinking days, when we would go there quite regularly, most weekends, for a meal, what I would do is he would be the one to normally have the dessert with the meal. I wouldn't bother having the dessert, but I would use him having a dessert as an excuse for me to have another glass of wine. So I'd really kind of very manipulatively provoke him into looking at the dessert menu, choosing a dessert, so that would give me an excuse to order a final glass of wine. So I would have ordinarily had 3, probably possibly 4 large pub measure glasses of wine. I don't know how much that equates to in bottles, but at least 1 bottle, if not more, I would have consumed by this point. He would order his dessert, and as soon as he ordered his dessert, I would use that as an excuse to allow myself another glass of wine, because I didn't want to sit there being bored watching him eat his dessert. I would go to the bar and order myself a glass of wine, and that would keep me going while he was having his dessert. And yesterday evening at this pub, when I was watching him drinking, sedately and very nicely drinking his half pint of beer, and I found myself sort of twitching my fingers and thinking, oh, what am I going to do while he's drinking his wine? Went off and ordered a dessert instead. I just thought how the tables had turned. They haven't really turned, because he doesn't have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol at all. He can quite happily sit there and drink his pint and his half, and that'll keep him happy. But I just thought, for me, how the tables had turned and how I can happily appreciate the food, appreciate the evening, and order. I don't know, it's kind of like I'm in the situation that I used to watch other people being in. It's kind of like I would look around me in the days when I was drinking before I got sober, and I would see other people eating their main courses, ordering their desserts, not fussed about whether they drank or not. And I'd be so envious and jealous of those people. And yesterday evening, it really struck me that it's completely turned around now, and that it was my boyfriend that was, kind of making the evening last by having another drink. And it was me that was making the evening last by really enjoying the food and appreciating the opportunity to eat some good food. And I just wanted to share that with you, like I say, really as motivation, that the longer you stay sober, the more you start to recognise on occasion how far you've come and how much things have turned around. And when you have those moments of recognition, like I did last night, it's really motivating, it's really inspiring, and it just helps you to kind of appreciate what you've got in your life and all the things that you've got to be grateful for. And it just gives you a boost. It makes you feel good. It made me feel good, and I wanted to share that with you in today's video. So let me know what you think. Let me know how living life sober improves your lot and makes you happy, and all the things you notice, little things that you might notice. You can post in the comments below. If you want regular updates, more tips, advice and inspiration on stopping drinking and living your life healthily and happily sober, you can subscribe to my channel. I'll look forward to catching up with you very soon, but in the meantime, let's go get sober together.